What you are about to hear is amazing. Something you won't hear anywhere else. That's because you're locked in to the #1 radio station with the #1 radio show. The personalities on this show are highly trained. Trained in what? Yeah, we're not sure. But they deliver every single day. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're at work, at home, driving in the car, you'll be exposed to radio excellence. If you think you can find this kind of entertainment somewhere else, you're wrong. Studies have proven that listening to this radio show can add 10 years to your life. Don't believe me? Look it up in the Journal of Radio Broadcasting. So get yourself ready for some fun, because it starts right now.
All right, part 2.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or could we call it part 2?
Part 2.
I have a sexy voice. I needed to that for the live broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I believe it was your turn.
Yes. I got another dead one.
Yeah, me too. Well,
I don't know what it is, but it just seems like all of the drummers on my list are either really old or dead, with the exception of like 3.
Well, if you look at it, right?
Yeah.
I was born in 69. I don't know if you're younger than
71.
Me or, okay, 71. So
yeah.
you're a little toddler to me. So, and then we got into music when we were 9, 10 years old or something, right?
Yeah.
Now these drummers were already 30, 40 something. Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
Early or late 20s when we were listening to them.
That's right. So, well, actually, when we both got into music, this next guy was already dead.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Keith Moon.
Oh shit. Yeah. He was gone.
Anyway, the guy just a crazy man, literally a crazy man. I mean, this is the guy who took an elephant tranquilizer and almost died, and yeah,
he died anyways. But
well, yes, but still,
this is the guy that started probably punk rock. I mean, he was wild.
Oh,
he was insane.
You know what? If the alcohol and drugs didn't kill him, the liver there were. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If one thing didn't get him, something else was going to.
Something else would have. But at the same time, was an amazing drummer.
He really, really was.
Christ.
I mean, he had no limits. And really, when you look at the Who, they were and still are. I mean, an amazing band. I mean, you had Keith on the drums, you had John Entwistle, the Ox, on bass, who was just an absolutely amazing bass player. I mean, I don't know how the guy played his bass. It was up like underneath his chin, and played with his fingers, And then, yeah, exactly like you did. And then you've got Pete Townsend on guitar, who was, you had 3 virtuosos right there, and then to top it off, you had the man with the golden pipes and the golden mane, Roger Daltrey, out front.
That was an amazing band. They are just a freaking great band.
Oh,
it just freaks me out. Keith Moon, and if I'm not mistaken, Keith Moon's drum set was not in the background. It was actually
like
in
mid
the front stage.
Yeah. Oh, here's something to tie some more things together. Do you know who the current drummer for the Who is right now?
Good question.
I know. I can tell you right now. It's Ringo Starr's son.
Are you serious?
Zach Starkey.
I didn't even know they were still touring.
Oh, yeah. They toured, last year, the year before that? But he's the current drummer for the Who, Zach Starkey.
Okay. It doesn't show it here. It says Roger
It's
Daltrey
Wikipedia.
Yeah, I know. They had Kenny Jones, Gabby Conley, Colin Dawson, John Entwistle.
John Entwistle was the bass player.
Yeah, Keith Moon. So I don't know. These are past members, not past drummers. Sorry, my bad.
Yes, but Zach Starkey is the current drummer with the Who.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They should have updated this page. It makes me look like a fool.
It's Wikipedia.
Hey, Wikipedia. Somebody filled the
Oh, wait a minute. Last time I was on Wikipedia, which was like a week ago, they had the pledge page up there. So you go to it and it says, would you like to donate $3? No, fuck you.
Exactly.
What is this, PBS?
Get somebody else. Oh, shit, PBS. You just reminded me when I was a kid, we used to sit there and have a bunch of people by those freaking telephones just waiting for you to call.
Yep.
Donate now. And then
exactly. Or your PBS station will go off the air.
Yeah. And then you had Ross. The artist.
Bob Ross.
Fuck, I should know Bob Ross. Bob Ross there doing this beautiful painting. Look at that. I accidentally put a tree there.
Happy little tree.
But it's a beautiful tree now. Look.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Exactly. Now let me paint a beautiful polar bear taking a shit. It's a beautiful shit. Look at that.
That's a happy little accident.
He feels relieved. He's very relieved right now. Poor little polar bear. Oh, he's happy. Look at him. Oh, he just took a rabbit, wiped his ass with it.
Oh,
God, that was crazy. Shit I don't do on my show because I'm alone.
You don't hear stuff like that on the top 20 countdown either. Oh my God. But yeah, Keith Moon, just one hell of a drummer. I mean,
I absolutely love that drummer, man.
What's your favorite Who song?
It's hard to say, man. There's so many. You know, I like the typical one that everybody like won't get fooled again and all.
That's my favorite.
Stuff.
Yeah.
But if I go back like in the Tommy and stuff like that, I just fucking love that stuff, you know, like I just the names don't come to me. Like you just surprised me with that.
Yeah, sorry.
You know? Don't fool me again, Bob.
You won't get fooled again.
Yeah. No, there's so many. It's hard to pick. I would have to like go through my 5 LPs that I have there and just go and pick one, you know.
Pictures of Lily. That's my favorite.
That's a very good one.
Mm-hmm. And John Entwistle actually plays the French horn solo on that song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The only song that I know of in all of rock history that has a French horn solo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Who you got next?
All right. Another dead one.
Mm-hmm.
But probably one of the best that ever existed. John Bonham.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you would have picked him too, I'm sure. It's just that we decided to pick drummers that were a bit different, I guess. So
yes, I changed my next drummer so you could have this
John
guy.
Bonham.
Yeah.
I mean, can you even get to where he has at? This guy, oh fuck. And he's self-taught, you know. He didn't get like he had inspirations like anybody else, you know, like he was inspired by a bunch of other drummers, but like not the drummers that we grew up with, right?
No.
But this guy died at 32 years old.
I know.
It's funny because I look 1948 to 1980. I go, wait, the fuck. I'm like looking at this. It's impossible. That I thought he was a lot more younger than that, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And no, man, it just freaks me out.
And his son Jason is a phenomenal drummer too.
He really took on his dad's wings, man. And excellent. You see here it says that he was a Max Roach fan, like who inspired him. Max Roach, Gene Krupa, he was an excellent. Buddy Rich, oh my god, you know, like that was his inspiration.
Yeah.
And he was 10 years old when he got his first drum kit, you know, and so that's when he started.
Amazing.
And
and here's another tie back into the first drummer that we talked about, Alex Van Halen. 6 Degrees of Separation. He's mind you, he's taking a hiatus off of the tour right now. Jason Bonham, the drummer on Sammy Hagar's Best of All Worlds tour.
Yeah, he took a break.
Yeah. So
I'm just wondering why.
There was a family issue.
Oh, it was a family issue.
No. There was a family issue. I think one of his children is ill or something like that, and he left. Actually, Sammy told him that, family first.
Okay. So it wasn't ego.
No, it wasn't a falling out. No, because he's still a part of Sammy's band.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's I'm wondering because I know with these guys sometimes,
Yeah, no. This was a personal issue that he needed to take care of and be with his family during this time. So
yeah, but all around, like the thing is about let's go back. Sorry. It's going back to John. He had groove in his it's like
and like you said, John Bonham, completely different from that.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it's in The Song Remains the Same, the live video where he's playing the kettle drums, but he doesn't play with his sticks. He throws them away and he's playing with his hands.
That's
and
crazy.
you see blood streaming down his hands because he's, cut them open and yeah.
Well, like for me, like when you listen to Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. And just the drum solo at the end.
Yep.
Crazy stuff, man.
That and Bonzo's Last Stand.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. For my next drummer, we're going with a guy I'm going to call the ugliest man alive. I mean, this
poor guy.
He is not a handsome man. But damn, this guy can play. He can really, really, really play. And was part of one of the biggest albums of the late 80s. I'm talking about Tommy Aldridge.
Okay.
Part of that big, huge Whitesnake album.
Yeah, he was also drummer for Ozzy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like I said,
was he quite right?
Tommy Aldridge? I don't believe so.
I thought he was.
But he still has that glorious mane of
that big hair.
Blonde hair full of Aquanet.
Oh my God. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
looks like a witch.
Yeah, but he just posted a video not that long ago, and I don't know if he was doing a drum clinic or what, but he was drumming along with In the Still of the Night.
Yeah.
And you hear the crowd actually singing David Coverdale's vocals, and he's just giving her up there, and he is just like close to 70, and he's still just going like a madman.
He's born in 1950.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
but he like Keith Richards has not aged well.
No, I look at him now. He really looks like an angry ant. It's like, your old aunt that smokes 10 packs a day and comes to.
Yeah, exactly.
So I see here he played for Black Oak, Arkansas.
Yep.
Pat Travers Band, Ozzy, Gary Moore, Whitesnake, Ted Nugent, Thin Lizzy, Vinnie Moore, and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yep. Yeah, he's played for Who's Who.
He's inspired by Cream, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and Led Zeppelin.
So, yeah. Inspired by some real greats.
Yeah. Joe Morello, Ginger Baker, John Bonham, Mitch Mitchell.
Yep.
Or was his real inspiration. Thank
Absolutely.
God for Wikipedia to get some answers.
A little bit of background information.
Probably
but
off, but
that Whitesnake album, I mean, every once in a while, like every few months, I have to go back and put that on. And
which one is it?
It's the one was in the Still of the Night. Yeah. I think it was just called Whitesnake. Just absolutely incredible, that whole album. And
both albums that they released were fucking amazing.
You know what? I wasn't as much of a fan of the second one, the one where Steve Vai replaced. I can't think of his name now because he had arthritis in his hand and couldn't play or something. But anyway, Steve Vai stepped in, and I haven't heard the remix version where they turned down Vai's guitars because
they're too loud.
Well, yeah, Vai was too much in the forefront.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was more like Whitesnake with Steve Vai instead of just being Whitesnake.
Okay, I get it.
you know, because Vi had just jumped over from Dave's band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had just left David Lee Roth's band. But there's a guy that's played with everybody too. I mean, he started out playing with Frank Zappa, and now he's, you know, then he goes to David Lee Roth, and then he goes to Whitesnake, but we're not talking guitarists.
No, exactly. That was the other show.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've done guitarists. We have to do bass players sometime down the road.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who have you got?
All right, next. And now I'm putting this guy, and because not only because it's not because he's my friend. It's this local drummer from the band Atomic Train. Now I sent you the video, you heard it.
Yep.
And he did this for our show.
Yep.
He did this specifically for the train wreck, this drum solo, which
that's very cool.
Hopefully we put this on YouTube and we expose him.
Yep.
With the drum solo. We got the video. This is something he wants. He's very happy. He's really thrilled. His name is Alex Guilbeault, and or Alexandre Guilbeault. He's a drummer from Atomic Train. Now, I usually wouldn't ever put a local drummer, but this guy is the incarnation of John Bonham. Like, holy fuck. I mean, when I see him, I went in a studio to listen to him. I went to live shows and listened to him, and he just stands out. He really stands out. You have to see him live. You have to see him beside you, which I did. I've seen many other drummers, but no, as a local, this guy just blows me away. I mean, he really is a fantastic drummer, and he wants more. He's a perfectionist, and he keeps wanting to get better and get better and get better and get better. And that's his goal. He just wants to be the best. And he's really aiming. And I could see the progression from what he did in 2021 to now, the latest solo he gave us. It's just fantastic drummer. And he can only go up from where we are now and go up and go up. And he's always learning. He could play jazz, blues, rock, heavy metal. He just does them all.
And that's the mark of a great musician. I mean, if you can step into any genre, you know, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the last time we were chatting, we were mentioning about Christopher Cross, who was for the most part a yacht rock musician, great songwriter, but he was able to step in and fill in for Richie Blackmore with Rainbow. Yeah, you know, because Richie had the flu.
It proves to you that, like, just because you're doing one style doesn't mean you can't do the other. You know, like when you're a true professional, you could really jump in and save the day.
That's right.
The thing is about Alex, it's like I said, he's technical to a certain point, but he tells me you have to feel the vibe. You have to feel the groove. You just don't want to be a technical drummer and drum.
No.
When he drums, he wants to feel something, and he wants that feeling to go from his body, his soul, into his sticks.
Yep.
And that's his thought, his train of thought, how he drums. And
he's like Ringo in that approach. I mean, he's not just a timekeeper. He's drumming for the song.
Yeah. And he wants to make it as good as possible. Who do you have?
I have a guy who, well, there was a documentary that came out about him about, I want to say about 5, 6 years. And I could be mistaken, maybe a little bit longer. It was called Beware Mr. Baker. And I'm talking about a guy who was part of one of the greatest power trios of all time. I'm talking about Cream. That's the power trio. Ginger Baker was the drummer, and became a very bitter, angry man in his later years. Moved away from the UK and moved to South Africa and lived in a walled-in compound. Barely ever came out, and that's why they named it Beware Mr. Baker. They interviewed him, and they had to go down there, and he had guard dogs and bodyguards and the whole 9 yards. Just not a very nice, pleasant individual, but a very incredible drummer, and one that's inspired many, many, many people. But a little bit of a bully too, because when Cream broke up and Eric Clapton was going off to do something else, he would form the band Blind Faith. And that was his next project that he was going to engage in. And somehow through the grapevine, Ginger Baker had found out when Blind Faith was going to the studio to start writing songs and to record. Now, Eric Clapton had this whole band put together. He was all set. They were going to go in the studio. Ginger Baker showed up and told the other drummer, "Hit the road, Jack. I'm here. I'm in this band." Yeah. Now,
wow.
if you
audacious.
it is. Like I said, a little bit of a bully. And now if I was Eric Clapton, which I'm not, I would have said, no, you hit the road, Jack. You're out. But I guess even the great Eric Clapton can be intimidated.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So
wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
That story before?
No.
Wow, that's nuts.
But
I didn't follow. I didn't follow Cream as much. Like I wasn't like I probably followed more Eric Clapton than Cream. Like I heard he was in Cream and all that, but I never really listened to Cream. You could probably play a song and go, "Oh, that's Cream." That would be me. Because as much as I like my music and all that, there's a lot of stuff I don't go through. And it's more your field, because I know you are more into the 70s than I am. I'm more into the 80s.
Well, here's the thing though. There's a lot of music out there that I am not really familiar with. Like I know a lot of the history because I've had to know the history from working in hits radio and oldies radio and stuff. So you have to know, Eric Clapton started in the Yardbirds and then jumped over and formed Cream and then into Blind Faith and all this stuff. So bless you.
Yeah. Sorry. That's why I covered my mouth, because I know it's rude. But yeah, like you got good knowledge, and me, I'm just shit. So
that's why you go to Wikipedia.
Yeah, that exactly why I put it there, because I need no, seriously. Yeah, I have that on because I want to just look it up, and see what's up and what just to get familiar with these guys, like, although I didn't listen to a bunch of stuff from certain of these bands, but what I heard, I was like freaked out. And
but I could say though confidently that what 1, 2, 3 of my next 5, including Ginger Baker. So anyway, 3 of the next 5 of my drummers are very similar in style.
Okay.
So, Ginger Baker just very heavy-handed drummer, the same way that Bonham was a very heavy-handed drummer. Yeah. Ginger Baker was there. Keith Moon was a heavy-handed drummer as well. He just destroyed
everything.
literally. You see the film of them, and he's kicking his drum kit off the stage off the riser at the end of the concert.
Yeah, he was nuts.
Yes. What's your next choice?
All right. It's a guy that passed away, sadly. He used to be the drummer for Slipknot.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Joey Jordison, or known as Nathan Jones Joey Jordison.
Okay.
Born in 1975 and died in 2021. It's a sad death. Young.
You know what? I'm not I'm not so familiar with the catalog of Slipknot.
Yeah, I knew a few albums, and well, you know, they were a 9-piece band before. So that's a
Yes.
lot. They're like, yeah, I think you had 2 drummers or something like that. And it's a crazy band. Everybody's just playing something. And you don't see that a lot in a band. You know, like it's
No,
just
you'd see
crazy.
it when Pink Floyd went out on the road.
Yeah. But for the style of music, Slipknot is like very heavy, aggressive, and then they slow down and they go heavy again. This guy listening to Slipknot, you don't realize, even if you don't like the music, you don't realize the complication or the complicated drumming that Joey did
Yeah.
for them. I mean, it was fast and just all like not all over the place. I don't want to mean it. I don't mean it like that, but it was just so well thought out. Now, mind you, like I said, in studio, did they have one drummer doing the thing or they had 2 drummers doing the thing? I don't know because I don't know the whole background of Slipknot. I know what of late they have done. And when he was around in a few songs that I really, really like from Slipknot. And how I came to be and pick Joey Jordison is when you say, okay, let's pick your drummers. I go through a list. I look at the list of the best drummers and I go, does this make sense? Why do you pick that guy as a best drummer? Then I do my own assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then I go, I will listen to a couple of songs when he was on because he took off. I think he departed in December of 2013. So anything before that, I have to listen to. And I'm mesmerized. I go, holy shit, man, this aggression that he had and everything, and just to keep time the way he did, it's just amazing, especially something so complex as Slipknot. That
Mm-hmm.
like the instruments are here, there, and it just somehow, you know, to keep everything together for the complexity of Slipknot music, I appreciate that, and that's why he's up there for me, because
I can understand that.
it's completely nuts, and yet you listen to that. Like I know some songs I can't even listen to because it's just like there's a song called "People Shit," and I'm like, holy shit, what is he saying? Then I heard the lounge version of "People Shit." Then I finally understood what he was singing. the lounge version of People Shit. That's what he's saying. But totally like, it's his name, Corey. Fuck. Hold on a second. Jesus Christ, I'm having a mind blank. Um, Corey Taylor,
Corey Taylor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. His name's slipped up sometimes.
See, I'm not familiar enough with Slipknot to know that.
Yeah, well, since I've been following a few past few years, I've been following them more than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think Corey's an absolute genius. Like he's a bit, but because he has issues, and like he actually last year he had a tour and he had to cancel it because he said, I have mental issues, I can't cope with shit, so I have to take a break because I will not be able to give you the performance I want to give you. And I think that's a lot. Hats off to him to having said that. He's not as like Vince Neil. Okay, I want to screw everybody with their money. This guy actually cares. Took a break. Take the time he needs to heal, and then he'll come back and doing his Corey Taylor tour and Slipknot. Because frankly, everybody tells me you have to see a Slipknot show. Fan or not, they give an absolute amazing performance. So I have to see that. Anyway,
okay.
Jordy is there for me. Joey Jordison is there for me as an amazing drummer in my top 10 because of how technical and everything he did was just wow.
Mm-hmm. Now my next choice is a probably a drummer that wouldn't get onto a lot of these lists, but I did see this guy live. And now it wasn't in the band that he's most known for being live with. I saw him before he was in this band. I saw him when he was performing with The Cult.
Oh.
And interestingly enough, the band Bonham opened up for The Cult.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I saw 2 great drummers that night. I saw Jason Bonham, and I saw Matt Sorum.
Wow.
Matt Sorum, of course, more familiar with fans of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, because he replaced the
Steven Adler.
Steven Adler for Guns
Yeah.
N' Roses. Then he went to Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where Matt Matt Sorman.
Sorum.
So Matt Sorman had issues with what's his name, who was singing for him at the time.
Oh, yeah. Scott Weiland.
Yeah, Scott Weiland, who's one of my favorite singers, and for some reason the stupid name isn't coming up to my name. I hate that when I have mind blanks like that. People with age, you get older, names fucking slip out of your mind. Even
it's called sometimers.
Yeah, and Scott Weiland was one of my favorite singers, but Matt Sorum had a big fight with and that's why I think a Velvet Revolver ended. I mean, sadly.
Oh yeah, I mean that was a great band.
Oh,
absolutely phenomenal band. I mean,
it's amazing. That's like an all-star band. It's just amazing.
It really is. It really is. And you know, like I said, I saw him live performing with the Cult, and I was just blown away by this guy. I mean, okay, so you got Ian Astbury and you've got Billy Duffy and the bassist whose name I don't remember, and Matt Sorum.
Yeah.
And these guys were just on fire. I mean, just one of the better acts I'd seen live. Now, this was probably 91, 92. No, not 89, 90.
Oh, that's
my first year in college.
Yeah. That's their magical years. That must have been something else.
They were headlining that tour. I mean, they had, like I said, they had Bonham opening for them.
Now that's crazy.
And
it was been a hell of a show.
Oh my God. It was a great show from what I remember, but yeah, just a great show. And Billy Duffy at the time was he was on top of his game. And, you know, it was before he grew his hair long again. So he still had the white flat top, yeah. You know, and he's playing the big white Falcon guitar. And that's what always blew me away by him was the fact that he used this, you know, all these other guitarists are using like Strats and Tellys and Jacksons and all that stuff. And here's Billy Duffy out there and he's playing like a white Falcon, you know, this great big semi-acoustic, you know.
Yeah, those big fat ones there.
Yeah. And then Matt Sorum just back there on the drums, and then he hit his drum solo in the middle of the show, and there was like these two big pillars of fire that came up beside him. They were like 15 feet in the air.
Wow.
I thought at the time, wow, that's freaking cool. Now I'd be looking at that going, wow, I hope he's wearing fire retardant clothing. You know, you go through the health and safety training at work, and that's your first thought.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but he's a great drummer.
He really is. And the stuff that he did with GNR, you can't discount the fact that is just some really great stuff. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, just two of the greatest rock albums of all time, I would say.
I still prefer Appetite.
Okay, I'm not taking that away. I'm not taking that away.
The only problem I have with Use Your Illusion is that they made it big, and it's don't get me wrong, it's two amazing albums, but I just think it was overproduced. Too much keys, too much this, too much. They could have kept it simple rock and roll. It's like Slash said in his book, like which I read. It was just overdone, and he just wanted to go on tour with a simple rock and roll band, 5-piece like they were, not with an orchestra and the piano. And he didn't want that. He just wanted rock and roll.
Well, you know, when you got Geffen Records throwing elephant dollars at you, and you know, a $20,000 a day cocaine habit like like Axl.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
and what's his name was hooked on fucking heroin. So
yeah.
Anyways, so my next drummer, Dana. Oh shit, Dana. Sorry, Danny Carey.
Okay,
that's my guy. Tool. I'll tell you, I became fan of Tool not too long ago. Not because of the show. Well, the show helped, except that the show for me was, we discussed this 1,000 times, why it upset me because of the singer. But Danny Carey, listening to him on the show, when I saw him live, I go, holy fucking Christ. This guy's a god. This is not a normal drummer. It was absolutely fantastic to listen to him. And it was just amazing. And then, because the music, I never got into it until like when I got to see the live show and listen to music, you get carried into it.
Yeah.
And it puts you in a trance. And this is just beautiful music. It's really, really amazing. It's my friend that I went with. Her name is Sonia, and she got tickets for the show, and she gets, here, let's go. Oh, okay. Nice little surprise. I was very happy and always going to be thankful for it. But I did tell her how I felt, and I said, it sucks that what's his name again? The singer, shit, slipping my mind. It sucks that he just doesn't talk to people or associates during the show. He just sings. He's like almost behind the drummer. Anyways, oh man, Danny is just an amazing drummer. Everything. He's technical. He's groovy. He's just does everything. Just an amazing drummer.
I have a couple of the early Tool albums, and that's one thing that definitely stuck out in my mind was the musicianship of that band. They were just second to none.
Tight.
They're very tight band. I mean, at the time I was trying to be a bass player, and that's the one thing that I would always look at was the musicianship of these guys, and they go, wow. There was them that came out around the same time as a Canadian band, and we've got about a minute here. The Tea Party, that really impressed me.
I remember that was a good
musicianship. Band. Yeah, they were. They still are. They're still around.
Yeah. Oh man, it was fun. Anyways, like I just think, wow, are we lucky to live in a world where we have these amazing drummers, And yeah, man, I got to give it to Danny to be such an amazing drummer. Like, if it wasn't for my friend bringing me to that show, I would not have discovered that. And I did go on Spotify and listen to everything.
There you go.
All right.